welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am Rue, and today we are creating this look here. Now don't you worry, because this look is a lot more approachable if you just skip the crazy blush and bats and just don't draw this one little bat. We can just do the normal eye look and then any blush and highlighter, and it's a lot more everyday. So what we're gonna do first is just the eye look, and then I'll be coming back on and we'll do the blush and bats and finishing touches. That way you can kind of see how both looks work. So anyways, we are continuing on with our series where this is upside down, where I use every single shade in a palette. I have a feeling this is going to be a 2-look palette, because in this first look here, I used almost half of the colors, and I think what is left could make a really cohesive look. So yeah, if you want to see this look and whatever other look I end up creating in this video, let's get started. Hey guys, so I'm just gonna start by taping off my eyes here. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing yet, but I'm hoping to add a few little Halloween touches at the end. All right, I'm gonna grab my Morphe eye primer and just grabbing a flat brush to put it on my eyes. And I'm just coating everything with my eye primer, and we're just gonna put some under the eye as well. And since I have enough primer, I'm just gonna prime the other eye as well. All right, I think we're gonna start with pumpkin and saffron. And yeah, I think I want to do kind of like a cut crease. So we're gonna go into saffron first, and I'm just gonna start building that up all the way up at the brow bone. Just building it up. I'm doing a bit of a Halloween-y look today because it's gonna be long over by the time the video is posted, but Nomad is doing a collab with a makeup content creator. I forget their tag at the moment, but they just kind of want to see people do some fun creative Halloween looks. So, and then they're gonna be reposted on stories and stuff. So I figured, why not? I just saw the post about it yesterday and I thought it sounded really fun, so I'm gonna try and get something done for it. I wish I had liquid latex, but unfortunately I don't have any right now, and I didn't have time to get any in time to do a look, so I'm just gonna do some fun, just something fun. I'm not really sure what yet. I kind of know, but I don't know exactly. So I'm gonna go into pumpkin next, and we're gonna blend the bottom edges here with pumpkin. And let's also go into hazelnut. All right, I want to add some depth, so I'm going to go in with acorn. I'm just going to really tuck that into the crease, just nice and tight here. And then I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. Just going to go in with a brush with nothing on it, just to blend a little bit more. I think I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to go ahead and cut the crease next. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Cameo Concealer, just because my Juvia's Place one I'm starting to think it might not be good anymore. And I'm just gonna go in with that same brush that I applied my primer with, and we're gonna go ahead and cut the crease. Now I think I want to go in with mulberry, and we're just gonna put that on the entire lid. Going back into a tiny bit of acorn. So the Comic Expo is right around the corner where I live. It'll be over by the time this video is posted, but I am vending in Artist Alley for my 3rd year there. I'm really excited, just for my small woodworking business, and I'm hoping that it's really busy. Cross your fingers for me. And then I'm just gonna, on my finger, grab biscotti here, and we're gonna pop that all over the lid as well, just as like a topper. And then I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush just to kind of blend it out. Make sure it's pretty even on the lid. I know there's a lot of fallout, but as I say in many of my videos, I don't really care about fallout because I do my face after. I don't really tap my brush off. I know I should, but it's a me problem. Okay, I also want a pop of purple, and all we have for purple is aubergine, so we're gonna go ahead and pop that on my inner corner here. Probably pack that on a little bit better later once I clean everything up a little bit. We could throw green under the eye. Just go into moss. I almost dropped my palette. Kind of wish the purple was a shimmer. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna do for eyeshadow. I'm gonna hop off, catch the other eye up, probably do some lashes, and then I'll come back for any finishing touches that I want to do to make this more Halloween-esque. But I'm just gonna get the other eye caught up and probably throw some lashes and just the basics on, and then for finishing touches I'll come back. Hey guys, I am back, and this is the completed casual simple look, but we are gonna add some bats and make it a little more Halloween-esque. So I did this half already just to kind of get my bearings, and we're gonna do this side with you guys the best I can. So we're gonna start off with that orange blush, and how I did that was I went in with Pumpkin, just from the Flair palette, just on this brush here. Very lightly picking that shade up, and I'm just gonna be very gently laying it out, basically in a cute little curved line. And I don't want it to be too heavy anywhere, so I'm just really gently working it in, and then we'll blend it out with my powder brush. These definitely aren't the best little bats in the world, but I mean, at a distance they look pretty cute. I'm not mad at them. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm just gonna take my big fluffy brush just to try and get it to about the same lightness as the other side. So just blending that out. I was gonna do black bats, but all of my black liquid eyeliners dried out, so I think I need to go through my liners. Thankfully, my mom actually bought some off Amazon, and she gifted me a couple that she accidentally bought dupes of. Yeah, like duplicates. Not a dupe, but like where she got two shades of like two of the same color. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. I think that looks pretty good. I did check that these were cruelty free, but that's really all the research I did into them because she bought them and just gave them to me. These are called Fantastic Color water-based eyeliner pens, and they are apparently waterproof. We're going to be using the brown and the white one. So we're going to do the little stars with the white and the little bats with the brown. So we're going to go ahead and start with the bats, and I'm not really going to talk for this part, so bear with me. Curved head, and I'm drawing the arms and the wings down, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's a big bat. It'll do. And we're gonna color him in. Okay, now let's do a little guy close to the nose here. Well, I don't want it to be the exact same as this side, so we'll make him like here and hope that I can draw on my nose. That one's not so good. He ugly. I'm gonna try to fix him. That's just what he looks like. I think if you like look at them all together, it's okay. I'm gonna add another one somewhere around here. Oh my god, I like holding my breath for that. Okay, and then we're gonna do the one on the eye, but I'm just gonna give my pen a minute to get its juice back. So we'll go ahead and do the stars here. And these ones, I just do line, 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 line. We could do the fancy stars, but I'm being lazy. Okay, I mean, it looks okay from a distance. Not the best, but we're going with it. I'm gonna go ahead and go back into the same glitter that I used on my inner corner. We're gonna just place it around, and then I'm gonna use this to kind of make it less intense. Just brush it away a little bit. So it doesn't matter how intense I'm putting it on right now, because I am going to lighten it, I guess might be the right word, to look like this side. We're gonna let that dry for a minute while I do the hardest one. It'll do the trick. I don't know how I feel about these little markers. They're not the best. I'm gonna try to make these more even toned by dipping into Acorn and trying to put a little eyeshadow over them. First, we're gonna touch up that glitter, and yeah, I'm literally just kind of scraping some of it away just to get the majority of it to fall off so it's more subtle. Something like that. All right, let's see. I'm gonna use this little guy here, and I'm gonna see if I can make those bats just a little bit better. So literally all I'm doing is coloring them in, and I'm gonna gently brush around it because there's a little follow. I do think that one looks better. Let's try and do that with all of them. And we're gonna do the other side. Okay, I think that's super cute. I'm gonna do my lips. I feel like I should do a black and orange lip. I'm gonna start with one of my ColourPop lip pencils. I'm not a fan of these, but they're the only lip pencils I have. We're just gonna start by applying the black. It's so messy, I hate it. I just want to get enough laid out that I can work with it. But this brush sucks. I just wanted to put a little orange right in the center. I'm just gonna use this guy to get it looking how I want. With how fast it dried down and can't clean up the edges, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go in with Gruesome and actually line my lips with that and probably top the whole lip with it too, to be honest. I'm just gonna add it along the edges, kind of blend it in a little bit. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna hop off, finish off my look, mostly just my hair and outfit, and then I'll hop back on and we will finish up the look and I'll tell you what I did off camera as well. And we are back with the completed look. She's cute. I am not the best at drawing little baddie bats, which is funny because I carved them out of wood. And then my jack-o'-lantern, Exhibit A, but drawing it on my face could use some work, but I think like from a distance she's still cute and it was a fun little makeup look to do. So off camera I went in with my e.l.f. Sun Touchable primer and my soft glam satin foundation. I really love this duo. And then for concealer I went in with my e.l.f. Cameo and Juvia's Place concealer. This one's in 24, this one's in light sand. And then for setting powder I used my Jaclyn Cosmetics, which she is getting so empty so quickly. I needed a new one. I need a different setting powder because that one is going to be empty in no time. And I think that was all I did. Oh, I also used my Moon Slice Beauty highlighter. This one is in Girly Pop. I got it in the August Eyescream makeup box. And it's pretty subtle today, which I'm okay with. I didn't want anything crazy. I put this on just under my foundation, whereas most days I put it under and then top it over top of the foundation and it gives me more of the glow I want. But for today's look, I'm okay with this not really being the star of the show. But now I know that topping it above the foundation is how I typically will be wearing it, because doing it under, I'm not really seeing it at all. I think it does need to be put over the foundation as well. And yeah, that is the completed look. So we actually used a good chunk of the shades in this palette. I think I'll be able to do one more look with this and that'll use up all the shades, because in this look we used these top 3 plus this one. We did not use these. We used these 3 and we used this green. So all I have left are these 3 shimmers and then this one and the bottom row, which I think I could probably fit into one look fairly easily. It'll be a really cool like blue, green, yellow look with little bits of red. So it'll almost be a rainbow, but like not quite. I think that'll be a fun look. So that's what we're gonna hop into next. Let's go. Hey guys, so hopping right into the next look, we're gonna start with Cider, Atlantis, and Forest Pine. And then we're also gonna be dipping into Sherbet. And I believe that would be it for mattes. So let's go ahead and start with that. So going into Cider first, I already primed my eyes using my Morphe eye primer, and I'm just gonna pop Cider right into the front part of my crease. I'm gonna keep it pretty tight because I want to blend everything out with Sherbet, I think. So I'm just popping it in pretty lightly, and I'm just using my small fluffy brush that I use all the time. And next we're gonna go into Atlantis, just on the same brush. Just placing that beside it. It'll probably blend to a bit of a green, blending those 2 shades together. And going into Forest Pine as well. And I'm just gonna kind of give it a little bit of a angle. And I'm basically just placing the shades at the moment, doing a slight blend, but nothing crazy. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend the Cider and Atlantis together too, getting those colors blended really nicely. We're gonna go in with Sherbet next, and I'm gonna be placing that over top of all of the shades and using it to blend everything out. So for now I'm just kind of packing it on to above, and then I'll blend everything into it. So we'll pull it pretty high up. I want it fairly close to that brow bone, but not 100% up. I still want a small gap. And I also want to pull Sherbet into my inner corner. So I'm also going to take it on a smaller brush here. And we're going to pack that in the inner corner. And then we're going to go ahead and go into the first brush that I used for the first 3 shades. And just gently blend the shades into Sherbet, starting with Cider. Cider and it will blend together pretty easily because they're both yellows. I'll clean up all of the fallout after. And going into Atlantis, I'm just picking a little bit more of the shades up. And I'm just gonna very gently work on that blend. I do want that blue to be pulled up just a little more than it originally was, but I don't want it to completely take over the yellow. And we're gonna do the same with Forest Pine, and then I'm gonna intensify tight into the crease with a smaller brush after, probably with a flat brush. But I just want to get that blend looking good. I set up for Expo tomorrow in my city here, and I feel ready, but I also don't feel ready. I feel like I'm behind on everything, and I just always have a never-ending to-do list to do, and it's getting a little stressful. But I feel like if I want the success that I want, I have to really never stop working towards things, so I don't give myself the breaks that I think I should give myself because I feel guilty. It's a bad trait. Okay, I like that. I'm not super happy with this blend yet, so I'm just gonna work that a little bit more. Next, for shimmers, we need to use Bayberry, Firefly, and Mirage. I think what I want to do is have Bayberry out here, Mirage in here, and then Firefly under the eye. It's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm going to just go in with my NYX Glitter Primer. I'm just going to put that on the eye. And I'm also going to put some on the lower lash line. And we're going to start with Bayberry because I think that's the one that's going to be the most cohesive with this look. So I really want to pack that in and pull it above the top where the blue mattes sit. I'm just using a kind of flat brush. And I'm going to go into Mirage just on the other side of that same brush. I'm not picking up quite as much of it. We're going to start by packing it nice and tight here. And then we're going to pull it just on the lower part close to my lashes. Pull it out so that it's kind of angled, and then flipping between sides of the brushes, I'm going to blend those shades together, and I'm just going to pull a little more Mirage really nice and close to where that inner corner is, and just working those two shades together. I think that looks so pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, cool. Next, let's go into Firefly, and we're just going to pop some of that on my lower lash line. And I definitely want to connect it with Sherbet. So I'll probably pull Sherbet out underneath a little bit and blend those two together. I just want to make sure that it's nice and opaque. I've started watching Jen Love, and right now I'm watching her like 5-part series on the James Charles controversy. And I was only up to date on the accusations back when him, Jeffree Star, and Tati had their big falling out and all those claims that were going on that never actually like came to light. But Jen Love has been exposing things since then that I have not been up to date on, and it's, I don't know, I love hearing about tea as long as I'm not a part of it. And also I think it's crazy that money and fame lets you get away with such insane things. Like, it's wild to me. I don't know, but I've been very into it. I'm on the last, I think the last episode of the series, the last video of the series. So this is the part where I'm not really as up to date. So yeah, it's crazy. I am very excited to see more of her videos on other controversy and tea. Okay, I think I still want like a shimmer. You know what I want? I know what I want. If you've watched like a few of my videos, you know what I want. This is gonna look so good with those reds, oranges, and yellows that's right here. We're going in with, this is the Game Beauty Shapeshifter Shadow Robin Hood. I love this. I am obsessed with this. This is, if you watch Angelica and her prance in the waterline, this is my prance in the waterline. I love this. It's not in the waterline, obviously. It's in the inner corner, but it's, you know, if there's an excuse to use it, I'm going to use it. Except prance, she can buy more of. This, I cannot, and that's very upsetting for me. I have to find a dupe for it, and there's tons of shifty shadows out there, so I know I can, but I really need to because I love this. That is exactly what I wanted. Oh man. Okay, I love this. I love this look. That is all we're doing for shadows. Yeah, that's used everything, so I'm gonna hop off, finish off the look, and I will come back and show you the completed look, and we'll finish off the video. Hey guys, we are back with the completed look, and I think this might be my favorite look I have created with this palette ever. I think it is so cute. I don't know. This looks so good. I love it. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you how I finished off. So for my eyes, I just went in with my ColourPop cream gel liner. This one is in Peach Fuzz. And then mascara, I just went in with my e.l.f. Lash and Roll. I don't love this one, but it's the only one I have. So when I get a new one, I'll be testing something else out. For my face, I went in with the e.l.f. Sun Touchable and the Soft Glam Foundation. I don't know my shade, I forget, and the sticker's gone. For concealer, I went in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. And this one's in Light Sand. For highlight, I used my Moonslice Beauty. I've learned that I like to put it on before foundation and then top it after foundation and then do setting powder and blush. That's how I like to use this one. I really like it like that. If you just put it on under foundation, I feel like it loses its glow. It's still a very subtle glow when I do it the way I do it, but at least it's there and it looks really cute. So that's how I like to use this one. For my blush, this has become my new favorite blush palette. I don't have blush palettes really in my collection, but like out of all my blushes, I've been in love with this little quad. I went into It's a Vibe, and I think this is my first time using this shade. I love it. I think now I've tried all 4 shades and really enjoy them all. Whew. For setting powder, I did set my face before my blush, and I went into the Jaclyn Cosmetics in Translucent. She is almost empty. I don't have any setting powder currently. I need to buy one because that one's gonna run out in no time. For my lips, I did a ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Love Bug, and then I did go in with the Jeffree Star Poinsettia. I don't buy Jeffree Star anymore. I haven't in a long time, but I am trying to use what's in my collection still. So I used that. I also went in with Firefly, and I just kind of lined the lips with that just to give it a little bit more of an orange tint to it. And then I ended up putting a little bit of my inner corner shade on the brow bone, very lightly and subtle. I just wanted to add that little pop. And then I think that was all I did with my face. So let's go ahead and zoom out and finish up the video. Okay guys, so this was another win. I have been really loving this series where I go into all my old palettes, old and new, and use every single shade. I enjoyed the first look, but this look, like, I'm obsessed. This looks so pretty. I don't know. I wasn't sure what I was doing in the beginning, but it looks amazing. I absolutely love it, and I'm excited to play more with this palette and pull it out some more because this looks so freaking good. I can't wait to play with my Oceanic palette again from Ace Beaute. This one just made me very excited to just keep creating looks. So yeah, I don't think there's been any duds in my collection so far through the series, which has been really fun because I definitely thought at least one of them would be, but so far my closest to a dud was my Morphe Live-In Art palette. There were a few shades that I was just not happy with, so I'll have to play with that one a little bit more just to kind of solidify my opinion. But for the time being, we're just going to keep going with the series here, keep trying out any new makeup that I get throughout while I'm doing this series and having more fun playing with makeup. So yeah, if you guys wanted to leave a comment down below, please do. Let me know which of the 2 looks are your favorite. If you want to leave a like or see more of my content in the future, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. And yeah, other than that, I guess I'll just catch you in my next one. Bye!